YouTube, welcome back. We're going to go for another round of crimes and punishments. A little bit of Sherlock Holmes goes a long way, but I don't think last night was enough. So I'm going to get back in on that case and see if I can crack it and get back all the way through to the end of the case. So, without further ado, here we go. Sherlock Holmes it is. Continuing. Some evidence requires additional investigation. It will be marked with a special tooltip. Gameplay or interface instructions by pressing F1. Ah, the traditional help key. It makes so much sense. Okay. Now, where was I? Let's open up the little book and have a look. We speared the pig. That was done. The harpoon throwing thing. We have done that, haven't we? Yeah, we must have done. So then I need to head back to Scotland Yard and question the fact that this scrawny young man could possibly have speared someone with a harpoon, and I just don't think that's really the case. Let's see if there's any deductions to be made. Nope. Of course not. I think these carriage ride cutscenes would have better benefited from being the only place you can do the deductions, like as you're in transit, because otherwise you do the deductions, then you get in the carriage and go, oh yeah, I could have done the deducing while I was on the ride. It's a minor complaint, but a complaint nonetheless. These are a sorry looking pair, aren't they? Not happy at all. Mind you, most people sitting in police stations usually aren't too chuffed about it. It's not a place of great chuffing. Is Lestrade available?
Locked.
Boo.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Wait, it's not him I need to talk to? Oh dear. I appear to have lost the thread of the case. Let's get back out of here. Let's have a look at my notes and see what the next option is. Investigate the murder. Yep. Ship's log for the 1883. That was it. I need to go to the ship's log, which will be at Woodman's Lee. Now we'll find out what was going on in 1883 as we interrogate the books at Woodman's Lee. I could have rhymed better. I definitely fluffed that. So you always got the same bookmarks in there, or has he changed them about this time? Blue, red, green. I can't quite tell. And we're back. Okay. If I recall, the ship's logs were all down here. Haha.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
Okay. So Peter Carey, Master. Charles Allison, Henry Joy, James Lancaster, come on, SW, Henry Shepherd. Let me just check my
This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
The Canadian
Pacific Railway. CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are three ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first two of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Okay. So now we need to find some sailors. This is getting more and more Shenmue every minute. Find the crew of the Sea Unicorn. Okay. Well, that's easier said than done. Maybe I will walk into a bar and say, "Excuse me, do you know where I could find a sailor?" I don't think there's anything more to be gleaned here, is there? Let's get the map up and take a look. Actually, no, let's have a look at these other things. What's the next task? Down to the bottom. Ship's log for the 1883 might put some light Maybe I need to do some deductions. That could be the case. Find a use for a piece of a bond certificate. Well, that would be in the little notebook, wouldn't it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's the notebook. The abbreviations. Canadian Pacific Railway. There it is. CPR. So we just have to guess what these different abbreviations are. Then we know what. But they're basically all stocks and shares of some kind. I'm pretty sure. Somebody's profiting out of murder, and they're doing it using abbreviations. I'm sure busy people all use abbreviations. That's what it's like in the hectic world of banking. Okay, so we need to locate the crew of the ship. Actually, before we leave, I'll stay at Woodman's Lee and I'll talk to the lady up here. She may have some insight into the crew. Oh, maybe not there. Man, I need a better computer. These loading screens are killing me. Was Peter a smoker?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Peter's private papers?
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Ooh. Well-kept garden, pilgrimage, profile of the victim, outline in the dust, tobacco pouch. Well, a note from the profile of the victim, surely? Or is it the pilgrimage? I think it's going to be the pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you,
Extraordinary indeed. Right, so now we've got all the evidence that's possible. Let's get into the map and head back to Baker Street. See if we've got any details about where sailors hang out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to the wrong place, but it doesn't seem right to be asking at Scotland Yard. Any deductions? Ah, here we go. Missing tin box. Peter Carey, a non-smoker. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to get a great score for this. Nothing to link this to. Okay, this is weird. We've got a lot of free-floating ideas here. Nothing particularly exciting. No associations to be made, no great leaps of deduction to be deduced.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Nice, let's do it then.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Well, in Victorian London, there was probably quite
Sorry
a
to
lot of
trouble you,
places
Mr.
like that.
Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Okay, that should fill the time between now and meeting the sailors. There's only so many times I can look at the beautiful interior of a carriage before I go, it's just a loading screen. Come on! Although I suppose it is marginally better than just black screen. Okay, different character here again.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Let him have his little victory. No need to put Lestrade down. Right, let's have a look at Hurtley's belongings. There's the room. It's a good job these are the only two cases on display at the moment, because it would be
These are the suspect's belongings.
pretty difficult to actually sift through a realistic thing.
Nothing unusual about it. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
Is that everything? The bag doesn't count as something? Okay. Okay, so 9.5. We'll have to take those to the footprints to is that what's here? Boots don't match. Right, I have to use the bond certificate and the boots somewhere, but I've got to just do research on that, so we may as well head back to Holmes's apartment. I'll check what's going on here. I've already done that. Okay, map to Baker Street. Oh boy, so much travelling backwards and forwards. Victorian London, not the most travel-friendly place in the world, I have to say. Nice looking pipe smoke there. Nicely modelled, or simulated more likely. I suppose a simulation is a model. I'm starting to get slightly annoyed by these cutscenes. They're a little overlong. Although me just staring at the screen and looking down the camera while it says click to continue is just stupid. That was my fault. What's going on through the telescope today? Have we got anything? Oh no, it's just the lady. Is she always staring into this room, just waiting? Has she got some kind of agreement with Holmes to make sure she's there?
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction.
I see.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
What the fuck? So we've got 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and this recipe, okay.
First condition.
All right, don't.
All 7 reagents. Second condition. Third.
Okay, all right. So, Holmes likes his ladies large and saggy, apparently, it would seem. Okay, let's have a look. So we got 2 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, we have to use them all. And then we have to have blue something something, orange orange, colourless, as some sequence in there. Blue something something, orange, colourless. These 2 other spaces. Blue. Okay, let's try colourless, blue, then green, then blue, then orange, orange, colourless.
No, something isn't right.
What?
I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Oh no, this is going to get a little bit outrageous, I feel. Are we going to get a reset? Can I get a do-over? Okay, at least it didn't blow me up. At least it didn't blow me up. So let's look at these conditions again. So 7 of them, they all have to go in. Now this is the bit I don't
First
understand.
condition. All 7 reagents should be used.
Understood.
Second condition. Orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition. Colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Okay, colourless after orange. So that... Oh my god, what have I done? I have chosen possibly the worst game ever to play on a stream. A game where I just stare at some test tubes, listen to horses and carts in the background and go, logic? What is logic? What is this? Okay, so let's take a look at this logically. We've got to use all of these. We've got no specific position for the green reagent, but we do know that the colourless has to come after the orange. So, and we know that orange comes 3 after blue. So maybe this will work. So blue, and then we have to have something that's not blue. Green. And then we have to have another one that's not blue. And not orange either. Shit. Yeah, it can be blue. It can be blue. So we've got green. Fuck, reset. I've just lost track. My theory is we go blue to start, then green, then blue, then orange, then colourless, then orange. That makes sense, right? Oh, put that back, put that back. Put it back, you fool! Where's the pointer gone? Oh, right click, duh. Alright, okay. So, blue, green, blue. You got a chemistry exam coming up, Cosmonaut. Now that sounds like it could be fun. What kind of chemistry? What level of chemistry? You've completely made my mind go off the puzzle now, so shit, but I think it's orange colourless. Orange colourless. She'll have to stay in the cage tonight. Oh, it looks like it's not messed up. This might be the correct way to do it. One of those.
Done.
It worked.
Now I can proceed further.
It's a logic puzzle, just like it gives you a list of rules in what order you
Let
can
us
put
see
these
if
test
the
tubes
content
into
of
the
this
thing.
letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
Okay, here we go. I did as you asked and hid them well, but I beg you to reconsider. I, sir, and remember our vows. I have done nothing dishonourable for which you me.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
Interesting. Got something else here as well. Okay, so now it's just the bond certificate and the boots. Well, we know where we can check the boots. That's going to be at the wharf. So let's get there now. Wharf? Woodman's Lee, rather. Although really, I shouldn't have to do that because, I mean, people should be able to, the police should be able to match his boots to the footprints. I mean, that seems like police stuff, right? I'm not seeing anything here that's gonna, no. Pointless to start deducing stuff when you haven't got enough evidence. We need more bits of evidence. We need to wallow in a more data-rich sty. Forgetting I can run in this. This doesn't seem like the kind of game that would let you run. Okay. Oh, I've gone past the footprints. That was stupid. Where are they? Here we go.
You could have worked the sides down.
I will do. Oh, okay. Drag the boot down. There we go. Perfect.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Another deduction point there that we can use. So where would I find something out about the bond certificate? Well, I'd probably have to find the person who owns the other bit of the bond certificate, so yeah, not much use there. Back to Scotland Yard to see if we can confront him with some evidence. May as well do some junk deductions. What have we got? Liam Hurtley's letter to the break-in attempt. Boo. Here we go. Let's sign this Huntley chap and see if he wants to talk. That's the staff room. Got no business in there. Oh. We can go into Lestrade's office. Let's quickly have a look and see who else we've got down here. Ah, empty. Liam Huntley.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Ooh.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you, but you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Okay, well, first of all we'll ask him about Woodman's Lee, because he
Tell
was
me,
almost
Mr.
certainly
Hurtley,
there.
what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Oh, that's not right. Your boots match.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Let's ask him what he
So
hid.
tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
Well, your letter.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley.
Let's have a little look over him, see what he's got to, what evidence we can glean from his person. Not seeing anything about his face. His collar, his shoulders. Oh, he's got a scar. An old scar. Anything on his jacket? Oh. Hello, handkerchief with a crested tip, just like the murdered man's wife. Not that she had a handkerchief. Plant remains, and there's something left. What's left? Let's do these hands. Gardener's hands.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Let's have a look. What would he be doing? Well, gardening. Yeah. The tobacco pouch didn't have his initials on it, did it? Let's have a quick look at the tobacco pouch. P. Yeah, it's nothing to do with it. Well kept garden. No. What?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Okay. Working as the gardener. There we go.
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
Interesting.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Good stuff. Let's get out there.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Well, you did try and break and enter. There is that. Shall I report to Lestrade? No, let's just go and harvest the evidence first. Down to Woodman's Lee. Can we make any deductions from the evidence at hand? Liam Huntley's letter, breaking attempts? Nope, nope, nope.
Oh, you done a spelling mistake, by the way.
Sorry?
You done a spelling mistake.
When?
You know the bit where it says tempest and jaw flapping and all that lot?
Yeah.
You spelled tongue wrong.
Bollocks. Oh well. I've changed the title now anyway. We're doing Sherlock Holmes now. We're off in a bit of deduction. I don't think she heard that. Right, so now onto the tools. Where are the tools kept? Is this little box next to the house? Let's have a look in here. This looks like a toolbox. It is not a toolbox. It has nothing to do with tools. Oh, she made toast while I was playing a second ago, and now the smell is everywhere, and I'm sitting there thinking, I really want toast. Actually, the shed. The shed's probably a better place to go, isn't it? That's...
Locked. Locked. Locked.
Oh, and? See if we can get a key off the lady. Hello, ma'am. Is she going to get some conversation? Liam Hurtley, here we go.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Bullshit, lady.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Now we're cooking on gas. We're making hay while the sun shines, and other metaphors. Or they're not even metaphors.
Let's see what could be hidden here.
Let's see if we can spot anything before the thing needs to come up. Nope. Okay, what could be here? Oh, the shed's floor. Wooden planks. An ill-fitting plank. There we go. I needlessly muted my mic from that little sting there.
Let us see what is in this box.
Let us. Okay, rotate the lock cylinders to form a complete line. Note that some lines are deceptive. Okay. Am I trying to bring the line? Okay, so far. Oh, alright then. Easier than expected.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Okay, Judith Carey's letter content. Liam Hurtley's letter content. Okay. Liam, my dear, you have been so good to me all that time that I have known you. I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful and no good can come of them. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell. But bruises fade, and you must not worry for me. Well, that's a very positive outlook on life, isn't it? Let's see what we've got here. Liam Huntley's beguiling. I've already examined them. Okay. Romantic correspondence. I was hoping to find bond certificates, but oh well. Okay. There's more deductive elements now. So, Huntley's footprints, Judith Carey's letter. Not really anything here that's looking like it goes together, really. I'll just cheat. No. I don't think there's anything to deduce yet. Let's see if there's any further evidence in here that we can see. Anything? Let's look it up. No, it looks like we've reaped all we can reap from here. Let's talk to her about these letters, see what we get by confronting her.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Q. I'm talking about your romantic correspondence.
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
Okay. let's
You
have a go
believe
with
that
those
he
juicy
killed
bits.
your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Thank you, madam. Okay. Breaking attempt with Carey's letters. Judith Carey's confession. And Liam Hurtley's letter. Liam Hurtley was flirting with P.T. Carey's wife and even fell in love, but it didn't go beyond the affectionate but harmless letters and words. Is that what we're going with? Is that what we're going with now? Okay, we'll see. Right, let's get back to Baker Street and see what's going on there. Should have done that deductioning while I was in the carriage. What a dunce. What a ninny. What a nincompoop. Let's have a look at the map. Blimey. William Huntley is the tough one. Or Hurtley, not Huntley. Hurtley's. I'll have a word with Lestrade after I've seen if there's any sailors about.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Hugh Pattins, sailor. James Lancaster, helmsman. Patrick Cairns, harpooner. Pablo Coventrao, harpooner.
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
What a dunce. What an idiot. I should have seen
Wiggins,
what I was doing there.
could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
Sometime later.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
I have no idea how much a guinea is worth, but he seemed chuffed. Oh, let's not do the deductions now. Let's save deductions for the carriage where we need them, where we want them to pass time with. Talking to Lestrade, that sounds like the thing to do. Let's update him on what's going down. Okay, breaking attempt. Patrick Cairns. If the pouch belongs to Patrick Cairns, it indicates his presence at the crime scene, but it must still be proven. Okay, so we've got a deduction to work to. Oh, I accidentally clicked through whatever dialogue happened there. A new location, the Sea Witch pub. Let's talk to Lestrade first. Seeing as we can get into his office and have a look around now.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
More than you, it would seem. Let's check the body out. It's probably down here somewhere. No, the body is not here. I don't know why I ran all the way back to the door. That was utterly unnecessary. We just needed to press M.
Dressed like this.
What? Oh, I need to get changed, do I? Off to Baker Street to get into a better outfit for the Sailor's Wharf. Ah, chance to use the disguise system. Excellent stuff. Let's find out more about the Sea Witch pub. We've done that. Certificate. It does have the impression of being like, oh, you're deducing things and you're figuring things out, but I think it's very subtly on rails. You're actually just sort of turning the pages of the story rather than really engaging in any kind of deduction, because even if you fuck it up, the only place you can really fuck it up is the puzzles. You could eventually do it by process of elimination, of clicking everything on everything else. Okay, so how do I want to dress for sailors? Bandit outfit, a farmer outfit, a morning gown, a sailor outfit. Now that makes sense. Okay, and should we go to the makeup table, put on some extra disguise? Crazy hair, and let's have a fake moustache. And why not some glasses as well? Maybe not that facial hair. That'll do.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
That could be taken badly. Sounds like some kind of initiation. Do you recognize the pouch? Do I recognize the authority of the pouch? Off to the Sea Witch pub. In disguise. Incognito. Looks like we'll be getting one of these soon. I never played the Blade Runner game, but I hear so great things about it that I might actually have to pick it up. I think it's on Steam now, so I may actually indulge. If people are enjoying watching the adventure games, then why not? It only makes sense. I like this stained glass lighting effect. Shame it doesn't affect the character, but you know, you can't have everything. These are very nicely modelled environments. If I just had a slightly beefier graphics card, they'd probably be done justice. Okay, who am I looking for? Is this the guy at the end of the bar? No. Patrick Cairns, here we go.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Okay, let's get into some manly gambling. It is Voight Kampf test, I think, for Blade Runner. Indeed. If you type ! Blade Runner, you'll get the Tannhauser Gate soliloquy. Okay, so press to continue. What have we got going on here? Press to push, hold to restrain. Uh-oh. Slay a little bit here. This is actually quite the... So very carefully let my stamina creep back up again. tough, this. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know what's going on here. Is it the rhythm of my pushes or the speed? I have no clue what's going on here. I get the feeling that I'm fucked. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I was clicking the left and right buttons.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
I've got to beat him.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine.
My
You
accent's a
want me
bit
to
shaky
take all
though.
your money? No problem with that.
Follow Patrick Kent's facial expressions to understand his moves. Push, restrain, idle, and plan your counter strategy. Pay attention. Okay, so I'm looking at his face. What does he do when he pushes? I'm looking at him. Okay, so when he tenses his face, I have to hold. When he relaxes, I can let go. And then hold. He's trying. Okay. Watch his face. There we go. Hold. Come on. Hold it. My goodness. Scoundbot is back, Kiezu. Kiezu! And your presence just brings me over the edge. Oh, I bet you've heard that before.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
No. One win each sounds good. Let's look him over, see what we can glean from his appearance. Well, he's got an earring. That's one thing that we can glean. Anything on his collar? No. I'm not seeing any particularly. Oh, what was that? Strong hands. cheap clothes. Yellow nails. Well, he's a smoker probably then. And a sailor's tattoo.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later, when you can use your arms again.
Alright, we broke even. And money's not even a stat I'm tracking, fool. So it's only the bond left. We know it's his. Cairns is a smoker. Do I have to put those deductions together? Is there anything else here? Maybe if I can talk to him.
I'm ready to try
I'll
again.
try one more arm wrestle, see if
Fine.
defeating him again gets
If
us
you want
some
me to take all your money,
gets us some traction.
no problem with that.
Okay, this one was much easier. I think I figured out how to do it.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
There we go.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink.
Let's have a drink.
You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Interesting. No job, eh?
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
Intriguing. Tell me more about this harpoonery.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. With old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger, we sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Great Roger, eh?
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened.
Oh, convenient.
The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she had foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
Who was he?
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
I thought Kazi was spelt with a KH.
Here it is.
Why am I planting that on him again?
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Little literary joke for the people who know about Moby Dick there, I'll bet. I don't know about Moby Dick, so I can only assume that's what it's all about. Okay, let's head back. Where are we going? We've been to the Sea Witch, Baker Street. What have we got to analyse? We've got bond certificates. Don't really know much about those. Go back to Baker Street and get out of this ridiculous disguise. That's probably the first port of call. Okay, so we've got Patrick Cairns' pouch, and the break-in attempts? No. Okay, what have we got here? Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means he was at the scene of the murder and thus proves his guilt. Cairns has confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means he was at the scene of the murder, but does not necessarily prove that he is the murderer. It doesn't necessarily prove it, but he is the one who can chuck the spear hardest, so we'll see. Oh, hello. The disguise has cleared. And I'm now wearing not my snazzy green suit. Well, that's a shame, but never mind. Have I actually got anything to do here? Not if I don't need to change. Okay, off to Baker Street. Now this is Baker Street. I mean, off to Scotland Yard. Duh. What an idiot. And I've done all my deductions. What a pain in the bum. Let's have a look in the casebook, see if there's anything we can spot. Dialogues, Judith Carey's letters. We just need to tie these bonds into the whole thing, and I feel like we've made a form of progress. Okay. Let's go talk to Hartley. And maybe Lestrade as well. What's Lestrade got to say for his sorry self?
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea?
Oh, hang on. No, we've got to talk to him.
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, I appear to have come to the wrong place entirely.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Okay, I know.
I wonder if these are connected.
What an idiot. Should have done that ages ago. Right, CPR, where are we?
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Okay, so missing papers, missing tin box. Let's link those. Good, good. Oh, hello. Let's come to a further compound deduction. Let's have a look. John Nelligan could have been caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been a motive for him to murder Peter Carey. I don't think Nelligan did it, though. Let me see what happens if I say this proves his guilt. That makes that wrong. Conflicts between deductions. Well, that one can't be shifted. That one can't be shifted. And that one can't be shifted. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. That's not how it went down. I see how you put the deductions together, but I don't think they're ready to go together at this juncture. What else can I look at? They're all green. They've been fully examined. Saying I've got more deductions to do. What else have I got? Judith Carey's confession. Huntley's footprints. Oh, there we go. Judith Carey's letters. What have we got out of this? Harmless flirting or desperate jealousy. Liam Hurtley loved Judith Carey so desperately that his jealousy could have provoked him into committing murder. Let's see how that develops. No, it doesn't make any difference for him. Nelligan is definitely not the one who did this. I feel like I've come to a bit of a dead end here. I don't really know who to talk to. Probably back to Baker Street, I feel. Oh, wait a minute. No, we've got some evidence changed here. What's all this? Okay. Okay, so that was kind of, I feel, a dead end of information. What more could there be to discover? I investigated the crime scene. Oh, okay, missing papers. I've screwed that one up. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, there we go. Nelligan is innocent. Okay, so he's the only one I can't really link. Pouch proves the visit, not the actual guilt. We need more evidence of him. What else could we possibly learn? Oh, I've investigated the crime scene. All of my evidence is fully investigated. And apparently I've still got more deductions to do. Okay. Okay. Unexplained presence. Liam Huntley's boots match the footprints at Woodman's Lee, thus proving he was there. Judith Carey denies he was their gardener. Okay, what have we got here? Liam Hurtley's relationship with Judith Carey gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey, or Hurtley's presence at Woodman's Lee on the night of the murder is explained by his affection towards Judith Carey and the fact that he worked there as a gardener. Well, that I would say is fairly... Ooh. Okay, let's change that to harmless flirting. But if I go to lucky throw and then to harmless, so you can deduce anything you want with this evidence. You actually have to pick. So doing that. Now I can this is difficult. pretty sure it's a feat of strength to actually put someone through with a harpoon. But the pouch does not prove guilt. Does not prove guilt at all. Okay, so I have to now form a conclusion. Well, Cairns to me seems like the most likely candidate. His evidence places him in the room with the murder. Hartley's only, or Hartley's, whatever his name is, Hartley, he's only placed in the vicinity, not in the room. Nelligan is a fucking tool. He couldn't spear him with the harpoon, but there doesn't seem to be any great... Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns. Cairns is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. So if I can condemn him, or I can absolve him. Patrick Cairns killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated, and it was self-defense against an armed and irrational drunken sailor. Interesting. There's a sub-level to it. Do I have to decide now? There was a knife on the floor. I'm going to say Cairns is guilty. He didn't seem like the... Because he's not got any money, he's poor, so he hasn't obviously taken all those bank details. Oh, JC in the house. I'm going to absolve Cairns. Yes. Let's see how this plays out. Come on, is this the last carriage ride in the case? This feels like I'm at the end of the case, accusing people and saying that they did murders. It sounds like the end of the case. Ooh, the next day. How exciting.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes.
How?
The tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
Interesting. Sherlock Holmes can just get cases dropped, can he?
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug.
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
Telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventral. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah,
Seems
Mr.
everything-
Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Hey, everybody noticed. Well done. That was a test. Yes, I have muted myself like a goon and just continued to waffle on meaninglessly. But yeah, I read out the text, so that was pointless. You just saw a text and me going nah, 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 nah. But yeah, it looks like we've got to the end of the case. Let's not watch this cutscene because it's going to spoil the next episode. So let's head out to the main menu because I've been streaming for an hour and a quarter indeed, and it's time to quit the Sherlock Holmes for now. So without further ado, let's turn to the title screen and quickly exit the Holmesy. That's it, it's all over. Bye bye YouTube. Thank you for watching me do case 1 of Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. It was very good of you to do so. Please like, please subscribe, comment if you like, but you know, don't just call me a twat. Think up better stuff. Anyway, see you later YouTube. Bye, bye, bye.